This is your daily dose of all things royal. Welcome back, my gorgeous, good-looking friends. Can someone please tell me who on Prince Harry's PR team thought this was a good idea? This video is going to be one hell of a doozy. Stick to the end because you'll never believe what I found. Americans are getting really pissed off that Hollywood is calling the shots on who gets to receive awards as well as give awards for our military. We have seen Prince Harry be given opportunities that, quite frankly, better people deserve to have, not this little schmuck. This Pat Tillman Award definitely takes the cake. But before we get into it, let's review some of the opportunities that Prince Harry didn't deserve. Let's begin with Sunshine Sachs being the PR for the 2021 Salute to Freedom Gala on the Intrepid, in which Harry was chosen to be the one to give out the awards and medals to the honorary veterans. You start to realize that all these appearances, whether it is giving awards or receiving awards, they are set up by his people, whether it be a talent agent or his PR. They are the ones who are booking these ridiculous appearances in efforts to try and get the public to respect this man and see him as this war hero that he keeps painting himself to be. So many Americans are outraged over this, and many people are talking about it. It's not a good look right now. Pat McAfee, a well-known sports analyst, ripped ESPN for this decision, saying it just didn't make any kind of sense. But if that wasn't bad enough, Pat Tillman's mother now has spoken out about it, showing her displeasure with this choice. Mary Tillman now has spoken out and said she was never consulted by the sports network to give the Duke of Sussex the Pat Tillman Award, which honors the late NFL safety-turned-Army Ranger who enlisted after September 11th terrorist attacks. She's quoted by saying, "I am shocked as to why they would select such a controversial and divisive individual to receive the award." She goes on to say what everybody also is saying is that there are recipients that are far more fitting. There are individuals working in the veteran community that are doing tremendous things to assist veterans, like Trevor Colt. The baffled mother also pointed out that Harry is already famous and has received plenty of awards in his life, so ESPN should have chosen someone else who's never been in the spotlight. So how the heck did Harry get chosen for this award? So the Pat Tillman Award is supposed to celebrate someone who has a strong connection to sport and then also served others in a way that echoes the legacy of Pat Tillman. For those that don't know, Pat Tillman unselfishly gave up his multi-million-dollar NFL contract to go serve after 9/11. Sadly, while serving, Pat Tillman was fatally shot. The squatties are really trying to convince and sell the public that Prince Harry really does deserve this award because of Invictus Games. You can make the argument that Harry does satisfy one of the criteria, which is having a strong connection to sport. But you can't honestly say with a straight face that Prince Harry has served others in a way that echoes the legacy of Tillman. Absolutely not. Pat Tillman did not betray his own country. Prince Harry did. Unselfishly, Pat Tillman went to go defend America's freedom and our Constitution, while Prince Harry turned his back on and betrayed his own country to come to the United States to attack our freedoms and our rights, the same freedoms and rights that Pat Tillman lost his life over. So I don't think this man is deserving of such a prestigious award. Pat Tillman's mother has every right to be angry and infuriated over this because essentially what Prince Harry is doing is exploiting her dead son's good name to get a little bit of good PR because of the shit that he is involved with right now. And you know who set this all up so she can walk a red carpet? Meghan. Let me tell you how I think Harry got this award. He didn't pay for it directly, but there's no doubt in my mind that money was exchanged here. So if you didn't know, Serena Williams is hosting the 2024 ESPY Awards. So how do you think Serena got this sweet little gig? Well, that would be through her agent, Jill Smaller, at WME. Jill Smaller also represents Meghan and is a part of the Sussex Lie Machine. As you can see here, she was a part of the Netflix mockumentary. And she was also a part of this paid award Meghan got in New York, the night of the fake car chase. So is it possible that she was the one who hooked this up for Prince Harry? Most definitely. Contrary to what people think, Pat Tillman's mom is not the one who has the say in who gets this annual award. in picking the Duke of Sussex this year to receive this honor, it was Kate Jackson, who's the VP of production at ESPN. She is the one that touts the recipients as those who have changed the world. I wonder what that conversation must have been like with Jill Smaller, as Jill Smaller is very close to Kate Jackson and her long-standing relationship with ESPN. Now, I'm thinking there's a strong possibility that Jill Smaller maybe have gotten a little extra money under the table in order to negotiate with ESPN to get Serena Williams. And part of that deal might have been to give Harry this award, because I can't see how else this man would receive it, because he doesn't deserve it. And this is a perfect example of showing that it's about who you know, not so much who is actually really deserving of it. I'm not saying that the past recipients didn't deserve it. I'm just saying that this instance, it really is about who Harry knew. Perhaps maybe past winners like Sergeant Elizabeth Marks and Jake Wood put in a good word for Harry. A little fun fact, Jake Wood was honored this award in 2018. Now, he just so happens to be the CEO of Team Rubicon. You know, Team Rubicon, the organization that Meghan and Harry's Archwell Fugazi Public Charity gave money to? Yeah, that organization. But I'm not going to pick on his nonprofit today in this video. I just want to point out the fact that there is a connection. Also, I'd like to add that he does have affiliation with WME. I don't know if he still does, but in the past he did. Now, this guy is an entrepreneur, and he has started this Groundswell startup. Now, if you've never heard of it, don't worry, I haven't either until I looked it up. And apparently, he's also in this philanthropy game. All these people are doing is shuffling money around to avoid paying taxes. So essentially what this guy has done is set up this platform. It's another place where people can park their money for the immediate tax relief and allocate to various organizations in the name of giving. I'll dig into this at another time, because there's something going on with all these folks. And if you're connected to Meghan and Harry, you know that there's something dirty and shady going on. Let me show you what I just found. Remember Archwell Fugazi Public Charity's 2022 tax return? They had put on there that they only received $2 million in change in contributions and donations. You all see that, right? In the yellow, $2 million, 911. That's what they put on as contributions and grants. Many of you know I'm a very curious person, and I fall down these rabbit holes once in a while, and today was one of those days. So in trying to make sense of Jake Wood's business and how these philanthrocapitalists operate, I stumble upon this Fidelity Investment Charitable Gift Fund. And what that is, as it says here according to Influence Watch, is Fidelity Investments Charitable Gift Fund is the largest public charity in the United States, holding over $30 billion in assets under management as of 2019. Fidelity Charitable was the first commercial provider of donor-advised funds, DAFs, managing charitable accounts through which donors can distribute gifts over time to charities of their choice while receiving immediate tax benefits. As of 2020, Fidelity Charitable Manages Fund accounts for nearly 250,000 donors. So what you're looking at here is the tax return for 2022 of this fund and all the grants listed out that they gave to various organizations. You can see how people's money is moving around from fund to fund. You have National Philanthropic at $194,975,000, Schwab Charitable Fund at $183,131,000, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints $125 million plus, and so forth. As I go through this list, it's like thousands of organizations where grants and money has been given out to. On this list, Team Rubicon gets a total of $805,566 in money from this fund. Then you have organizations like the American Cancer Society, which got a little over $4 million in grants. Then you have the Aspen Institute, who got just about the same amount of money as the American Cancer Society at $4,424,351 in grants to promote censorship. Meanwhile, Barack Obama is making out like a king with $14,375,411 in money. But the real king, who gives every penny to the organization of the Prince's Trust, only gets 116,750. But the real WTF moment is Archwell showing up on this list, being given $6 million in grants. Archwell Fugazi Public Charity got more money than the American Cancer Society. Let that sink in. Megan, where the funk is this money? There's no mistake here. This is the real filing for 2022. Archwell was given $6 million. There's no mistake here. That is the tax ID for Archwell, and that's their address. So they have some explaining to do, because it sure does look like Meghan and Harry are pocketing a lot of money. Many of you that have been following me most likely have seen the videos that I've done on the Archwell Fugazi Public Charities tax returns and pointing out clear evidence of tax evasion. But with this new evidence, you cannot hide or ignore that there's $4 million missing. Where is that money? Now, there are many of you out there that think that Meghan and Harry are running out of money. I would have to disagree, and I've said this from the beginning. All these areas that they're focused on where American taxpayer money is being applied to, free money that's being given out by the government to all these various foundations, and then the foundations then distribute all of it out. You would be dumb to think that Meghan and Harry are not taking advantage of that. It's clear and it's evident that they are receiving money to apply to these programs that are destroying this country while they line their fucking pockets. I'm telling you, Meghan and Harry need to be investigated and then thrown into jail. One more thing before I go. I know yesterday many of you were outraged with seeing this video of Meghan being so rude to this woman who was sharing her story. And I thought about a moment that I think y'all are going to enjoy with Meghan getting a dressing down from this woman in South Africa. I'm not sure if you remember this clip, but I found a different one at a different angle that shows it up close, in where, yeah, she does get told off because Meghan is so disrespectful and rude. It's definitely one of those feel-good videos because finally Meghan has somebody putting her in her place for her bad behavior. Check this out. So to give some context, it's a woman who's wearing shades and a very colorful dress. There's like a vivid blue, red, yellow. And she tries to shake Meghan's hand, giving her the traditional handshake, and Meghan completely leaves her hanging. So she stands there to wait to explain to Meghan why they shake hands that way, and Meghan completely brushes and blows her off, to which this infuriates this woman, and she gives her a dressing down. Watch it here. But here is the better view of this dressing down. So you can see that this is a closer view. And as Meghan is making it down, talking to these women, watch this woman. And Meghan, like a stupid fool, laughs like a hyena in this woman's face, almost saying to her, well, this is how my culture does it. You can tell Meghan's mask slipped right here. She turns around, and I think she was about to let it go, but she couldn't let it go, so she had to turn around and add her last word in there. Anyhow, I didn't mean to veer off into this direction, but this is where sometimes the Harkles take you when you look into the people that they're associated with. July 11th is just around the corner, and I don't think ESPN is going to do anything to retract this award from Harry. Even if there is a petition out there with almost 10,000 signatures asking ESPN to take back the nomination. I also think, too, that money has been given, and I highly doubt that that money is going to be given back. So, just like what happened with the Ripple of Hope Award, with zero shame to accept this award, Harry's going to get up on that stage feeling entitled and probably virtue signal to the audience on how we all need to lead a life of service. Meanwhile, Meghan is going to live on that red carpet, showing up with probably another horrible outfit that we're all going to just laugh and make fun of. So I can't wait. I'm actually interested to hearing his acceptance speech. I'd be curious to know who he's going to thank for giving him this opportunity, considering that really it's his family that had got him to where he is. So anyhow, what do you guys think? Do you think he's going to show up? Do you think he'll turn it down? Or you think they're just going to show up and pretend that they own the place because they think that they're so much better than everybody else and give 0 Fs? Definitely leave your thoughts below. As always, I will be back with more content. But until then, please be safe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!
America needs men and women who put service above self, committed to putting differences aside to help their communities in their greatest time of need. You know, we have a saying at Team Rubicon that if Americans treated one another every day like they do after disasters, we'd live in a truly special place. Know your neighbor, love your neighbor, help your neighbor. Doing that is the best tribute that we can pay to the memory of Pat Tillman, and it's the best thing for our country right now. Thank you very much.
Such a fraud.